Hello. No, we're not going to make a theatre such as you see me in here today. I'm rather more interested in these characters here. Puppets. This is Mephistopheles. He's French. Hello. This is his friend Madame Lafarge. And this is an Indonesian prince whose name I cannot pronounce. But you can see puppets have come in all kinds of shapes and colours, races and creeds. Mr. Punch, the famous English puppet, started life as Punchinella, an Italian. He became Punchinelle, a Frenchman. In Germany he's called Hans Wurst, and in Russia he's called Petruchka. This puppet here, a flat version, is a shadow puppet from Bali, and he is a prime minister, and he has rather more elaborate shape than the kind of prime ministers we see around here. So there are endless variation to puppets, and they've always been fascinating to children and people all over the world. I thought today I'd show you how we could make a simple puppet from these materials you see before you here. A pair of scissors, some white glue, a brown paper bag, some card, and some colouring materials. This is how we go about it. The first important thing is that the paper bag we use has got to be a boxed bottom one, such as this is, boxed bottom. That's its characteristic shape, and they're pretty readily available from a dairy supermarket or grocery shop. It can be a bigger one, or it can be slightly smaller, but you have to be able to get your hand into it. You can improvise. This is what we do to make them. We take a piece of card. It should be longer and as wide as the paper bag, a little wider than the paper bag, but it has to be quite long because we're going to draw a face on this, and we're going to give it a very large chin, and there's a reason for giving it a large chin. The other thing we're going to do is to use as much of that card as we can. That's important. Here's that shape. I'm going to cut it out now. A pair of scissors. We don't want to cut a tiny little head out in the middle of a great big piece of card like this, but it's got to be quite broad and essentially a simple shape. A little bit of experimentation and playing around, and your youngsters will be able to invent a face. No trouble at all. Now we're going to decorate it, keeping in mind that the mouth line is going to come about here, or about just over a third of the way up from the bottom, rather like a sort of Bruce Forsyth jaw here. Now, I'm going to draw in eyes here, and when one draws the features in on a puppet, you must make them good and bold and strong and outstanding, because it's like stage makeup. If you don't have stage makeup or any kind of exaggerated makeup, then it's very hard to see the faces from a distance. They look a bit insipid and a bit pale. So we make these things quite strong and quite bold, as it were. Here we are. He's coming on fine. Some hair. So far, so good. Now I'm going to cut him across that point where his mouth ought to be. You know, it's a curious thing to do, but there's a good reason for it. Now I'll take the paper bag, which you see here. I've got it turned up so you can see the bottom of it. I'm going to put some glue on it here. And I secure the upper part of the head as far down as the jaw, the upper jawline, to the bottom of the bag there. You can see how that fits. It's good. Now, I put some glue on the back here of the lower jaw and slip it up under that mouth there. Now that goes right up there. Can you see that? That goes right up under there and is attached. So now we have that upper and lower jaw fitted. Now I'll draw a mouth on him. And here is the lower lip. But this is the trick. We turn that right back up like so and continue the mouth as if it were open, all the way up to there. Now I'm going to fill that in with some black because that's where the inside of the mouth, we'll leave him a couple of teeth. That's where the porridge goes here. So it'll make a good thing of colouring this. You could take rather longer than I'm doing with this here. There we are. Now I want to show you just how this head works at this stage of the game. I hope it stays stuck. You can see that. We put our hand in the paper bag like this, curl our fingers over the inside of it like so, and you can see how that hinge works now. From the front it looks like that. That's the mouth moving. Well, that puppet's finished at that stage, but we want to dress him. So we'll cut out a shape from card, heavier card, with some good stout arms, because they're going to get a bit of knocking around and we don't want them to fall off, you see. And they will go up under the jaw there and again be stuck to the front of the paper bag. No difficulty. So I'll glue that in position. Now this is a lot of the fun part of making the puppet. This is where you make a lot of character of the thing. You can cut out, put stripes on the thing. You can cut out decorative paper that's gift wrapping paper left over from Christmas or whatever and make up shirts or jackets or skirts or whatever you want for your puppet you're making. And that's a good creative part of the exercise to get it right. Well, I've got one that's finished and I want to show it to you here now. And there's no guessing, no prize for guessing who this character is. And I would like to leave him singing you a song while I say goodbye to you, and I'll see you again some other time. And in the meantime, our friend will give us a little concert. So cheerio for now.
You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my breath should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul. My love for you is immeasurable. My respect for you immense. You're ageless, timeless, lace and fineness, your beauty and elegance.